hiking in Chucks. What a beautiful day in Phoenix. It's about 58 degrees. My hands are a little cold. I forget what this trailhead is called, but I've done it about 6 times. Well, last time I did it with my friend Dan, whom I'm headed to meet up with after this. Uh, it's beautiful in the summertime. It's beautiful right now. Right now is a good time to watch for snakes. Let's see here. What's up, Nick Level? Hey, sorry about those random pre-stream stuff. I ran out of juice because I've been flying all day. I left Texas at 6:45 this morning. I had a layover in Houston, but I managed to ask if I could upgrade to a sooner flight, or else I'd have a 4-hour delay. And so I'm here a little early. I've got lots of time to kill. This is the Desert Vista trailhead, I believe. And this is one of my favorite trails because it's about 4 miles. Is this Desert Vista?
I'm sorry, what?
Is this Desert Vista trailhead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Desert Vista Trail.
This is one of my favorites. Did you do the whole loop?
What, the Dixie Loop?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dixie Loop is 5 miles.
That's right, 5 miles.
So you're
Okay.
go across Ness, all the way
Okay.
up, and then it's going to be an intersection. You can go left or right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And the one that goes by the burnt car, is that still there?
That is Dixie Loop. So it's
Dixie Loop. Okay.
If you make a well, if
It's been like 4 years since I've lived here, so
if you just wanted
3
to
years.
see the car, you would make a left.
Okay.
It's closer.
But the
if you make-
scenic route is really beautiful the way that you were talking about the first time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you make a right and then you come back, you'll see the car too.
Okay.
I'll be on the right side. if you go
Cool.
that way.
Thanks so
The right
much.
side is a 3 mile, right? And then the left
3
is
miles
a
sounds
mile.
good.
We did. Here comes the bike.
Oh yeah, we'll move out of the way. Hey everybody, just to let you know, if you're ever hiking in Arizona, you want to watch for bikes because they have the right of way.
No, we have the right of way.
Oh, pedestrians have the right of way. Hi.
Oh shoot, are you gonna film me going?
Yeah, you are on YouTube right now. Hello. Oh.
But I like most hikers respect bikers coming down.
Yeah, I usually step to the right. I step to the right really far.
And it would be nice. They should be wearing bells so we could hear them.
Yeah. Even if they are wearing bells and we're wearing loud music, not that we all do, but
yeah, I don't because I want to hear my environment.
yeah.
Or they should say to the left. A lot of bikers don't.
Yeah.
They're not very courteous.
Yeah.
Because I'll turn to the side for you, but let me know you're coming.
Right.
So
Give me a heads up.
yeah,
Don't like freak me out. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate you all. Thanks. Okay, so the tricky thing about Arizona hiking, and let me know if you can't hear me. I do have a Wi-Fi pack on me, but it's not turned on, is the rocks. So the footing is a really big deal. What am I doing AZ? Well, I've been flying to AZ every single month because I cannot find a psychiatrist in Southern Texas that is accepting new patients. And the ones that I have found are like based out of Austin, which is still telecommuting, and they charge like $500 just for the initial consultation. And I've been with my doctor here for over 9 years, and it's just really hard to find a doctor that you trust, especially once you get into a routine. So I've just been flying back to pick up my medication. This time I'm staying 2 nights. I'm going to obviously hike. It's such a beautiful day and I miss the hiking, even though I'm not wearing hiking shoes. It's a good, you can hear my breath starting to, this is the valley. This is, yeah, so I've been flying back. It is about a $600 flight. And then I rented a car this time, which since I have a debit card and no credit cards, they charged me a $300 deposit, which is fine because that includes if I damage the car, and I get it back if there's no damage. But I've found myself kind of like la la laing as I'm driving because this one doesn't have lane keep control. Yeah, 500, and that's just for the initial consultation. I found one in McAllen that's 375, and then it's an extra 295 per visit. And I have to go in to McAllen, which is an hour. My psychiatrist in Arizona will let me do a virtual visit, and it's $95 since he knows me and we have a relationship. Hello, pretty dog. And sorry if I'm losing breath. I wish I had my hiking shoes. This is all just granite or whatever rock this is. Check out this beautiful scenery. So I've just been flying back. It's about $1,000 every trip for hotel stay. To this particular trip, I'm going to try to meet some old friends. Hi, Nico. Hi, Stephanie B. I'm going to meet some old friends. I really miss Arizona. This time of year, it's about 58 degrees today. When the sun is shining, it's a little bit warmer. But this is honestly the perfect hiking weather. And this is what I would be doing to burn off my anxiety and frustration. Hi, Alyssa. Yeah. You know, when I get real anxious or I get depressed and I type like depression sucks, well, that's when I would normally hit the mountain. But since in Texas, there are no mountains, it makes it pretty tough. Let's see. Fact that surely it's going to be cheaper to get a new doctor near Brownsville, keep flying to Phoenix and staying over every month, even if it's $500. Yes, but Nick Lovell, if you did the research that I've been doing, you would not imagine, you wouldn't believe how few doctors there are, even in like a 600-mile range, especially ones that are accepting new patients. So if you see this, isn't that beautiful? We're going to go up to the top. So this loop is called Dixie Mountain Loop. If anybody, Kirk Crane says Popular Trail, if anybody wants to research this loop, you can go to All Trails. You can go to Google Earth. This is called the Desert Vista Loop, Desert Vista Trailhead. So the parking is right down there. These are all brand new homes. Doctors in Mexico, that's a good point. I don't speak the language. I have been over to Mexico once. I went to the pharmacy. I asked for my medication that I usually get, and they gave me like vitamins. I paid $55 per bottle, and it's not even real medication. So, okay, we're going to do DT or we're going to do H. Let's see. I freaking love this. I don't know what DT means. I don't know what H means. Probably H means high. This is a really good way to burn energy, and it helps with anxiety. US has a psychiatric shortage. Yeah, I don't know if you all saw a video of mine maybe a couple months back. I was also looking for an optometrist, which is also low in demand. And I think it's just the influx. I don't know. There's a lot of hospitals and hospitals in the region, but once again, you have to have health insurance, and for psychiatric stuff, I've always paid out of pocket. Okay, let me show you this. I actually kind of enjoy the trip away. So you see that air traffic control tower in the distance? That is Deer Valley Airport. Deer Valley Airport is commonly known for municipal aircraft, private pilot's license. Might be a place to consider when I get my own private pilot's license. So we're going to go just up to the top here. I'll tell you a little bit of facts. So these cacti, see how they look like little teddy bears? They look like you could hug them. They're called cholla, which also means teddy bear cactus. But here's the thing, you don't want to hug them. No, no. You don't want to hug them as soft as they look. What happens is the spikes, they go in and then they expand. So yeah, you don't wanna hug the cholla cactus. Hello. These round cactuses right there, those are called barrel cactuses. Okay, I don't know what those other ones are. Brr, it's a little chilly. But I love looking at the rocks. Second, there's so many different rocks here. There's black rock, there's granite. Yeah, those cacti are hostile. Yeah, and look, they've spread all the way along this mountain. But isn't this gorgeous? Is it clear for you guys or is it not clear? I know that there's wind. I can hear the wind. Okay, so we're going up here. HG is high trail. So you just have to, respect nature. These seeds to these cactuses, it's good. Okay. They blow in the wind. So they break off, they blow. There's a part of this trail on the backside. Video is pretty clear considering you were using a phone. Awesome. Good. How's my audio? So you can see that there's like little pieces right here that have blown around. And yeah, this is the valley. It looks so alien compared to Finland. Yeah, this is one of my happy spots. To put things into perspective, let's see. There's a mountain way out there. It's called Piastowi Peak. This direction is the I-17 corridor. So that is what goes northwest from Phoenix up to Flagstaff and Jerome and Sedona. And on the other side of this, you're going to see some pretty gnarly views. I do like this trail because it shows you quite a bit of Phoenix. It's so good to be back. I am connected to a battery pack here. Hi, Jimbo Thunderhawk. And I'm just kind of watching my footing as I go. Kelly collects cacti. No way. Oh my gosh, I wish I could send her some. So here's where some rock has been broken up, obviously. See the view back there. I miss Arizona so much. It's not just the mountains that I miss. The people aren't as great. I'm not going to say that they are as great as Texans. Texans are awesome. They have this hospitality that is almost unmatched. When I moved to Arizona, I had a fear of heights. And I got over the fear of heights. I would take a little few steps right on the edge and I would breathe and I would look around. And then when I started to feel kind of a panic, I would back up. Mars is in Corpus Christi with my friend's cat, Cal, which stands for Callisto, which is a moon of Jupiter. So Mars and Cal are hanging. They're safe. I do like these rocks, and I'll show you some more. There's actually a trail that I really, really love because it's white quartz. Who likes white quartz? Hey, Michael Maxey. Okay, you can see some dead cactus. I can tell you that it is illegal. It is illegal to pick cactuses that are dead. So apparently on the market. So this is pretty cool, right? These are the tricky footworks that you need, like actual hiking shoes for, and not just Chuck Taylors. Feels so good just to burn that, just to get my heart rate going, and have the blue skies, the clouds, and the valley, and just let you just remember this is the cord that's connecting to my battery pack right now. So let me show you this. So if you see this and you're not sure why I like Arizona, this should be a pretty good indicator. Just anytime I feel frustrated or overwhelmed, I just kind of come up here and I take it out on the mountain. Yeah, so if you move cactuses, so technically the interior of saguaro cactuses, and if you're not familiar, saguaro cactuses versus regular cactuses, this right here, hold on. This right here is a saguaro cactus. Those ones with all the arms, where I like to go, oh, there's so many arms. That's a saguaro. Right here, where it's like, hey, I've got 2 arms. That's a saguaro cactus. So if you see one of those and it looks like it's kind of rotting or old, and you can see the interior of it and it has this like wood, that stuff is actually worth a lot of money. I would not recommend hunting it or coming out here and taking it. You can get imprisonment charges. And I just don't think it's very smart. And I also think that it's just not great for the environment. Okay, so who's coming up on it? We're coming up on a view here. So let's see if we're still charging here. Hold on one second. I don't know if we're still charging because I just kind of pulled it. But what happens during monsoon season is these, thanks, Keith Ellerson. Somewhere you'd like to take a stroll. That's right. My goal is to inspire people to understand the beauty of Arizona. Look, I've got a booger. Thank you so much for that. 2 British pounds. There's a lot of beautiful places. I didn't know that Arizona was beautiful until I moved here. And I witnessed my first spring here. And when I started seeing flowers blooming here, I was like, what is up? Okay, so we're going to take a little stroll over here. So these things get blown. So right now, if I duck down, all you can see around me is cholla cactuses, right? So here's a cholla. And just to let you know, don't put your hands on it because what happens is the needle goes in and it expands. So it's harder to get out. Look at this beauty. Maybe I should take a photo. That can be a thumbnail. I'll go this way. Sounds like the voice of experience. Thanks, Alyssa. I lived here 8 years. Okay, so here comes a view coming on. And I hiked a lot. Okay, so multi-purpose trail. I can tell you I've gone that way and it goes to the top and it's just not all that fun. I can tell you during bee season, it's really not that fun. And then here, we're gonna go D. So we're gonna go this way. And isn't this just lovely? Put it in the chat if you think this is lovely or if this is somewhere that you would like to visit. I can tell you that those are the Cave Creek Mountains out there. And as far as the eye can see, just like look at the sky. We're in winter in Arizona. I'm wearing a overdressed, but I'm wearing a coat with a jean jacket. It's beautiful. And the desert has its own kind of beauty that, like, I don't understand. Not just saguaro flowers, which are white and they come off the tops. I just love it so much. And there's something different about the California mountains versus the Arizona mountains. And I can't really speak from any other mountain ranges, West Coast, other than the Rockies, but like it turns so green and it's just Sometimes there's snakes. I'm hoping that I come across a snake, but it might be too cold for them. There's another route that I got that spot. Okay. Let me just get on my. So we've got some travelers. Hi guys and gals. Good. How are you? Did you want to say hi to YouTube?
No,
Hi. Thanks very much. Okay, let me route. Just one second. You join me in this? Probably won't do the entire because I might be meeting up with somebody who I haven't seen in a long time. Pretty excited about. Where's my router? There's water. I love SpaceX. Hi, Doodle. I love living there. I just really love Arizona. I hope that I'm live. Go that way. If you've ever considered going to Arizona, I would 150% recommend it. Okay? Not just during monsoon season, not during the summer, not during the winter. I would go multiple times. Here we go. These are not the best climbing shoes. Sorry for the wind noise. Always watch up, always look for snakes. Airplane. This is one of the #1 places. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No matter what day it is, what time it is, what temperature it is, you will always find people on the trails. Climbed Camelback Mountain, some of the hardest terrain ever, and I've seen people barefoot, and they're like, "Oh, I'm on my 6th time up today." Hi, Doodle. I see you there. Doodle, what do you think of Arizona? Pretty beautiful, huh? Like I said, if you ever come to Arizona and you climb here or hike, please, please, please wear proper shoes. Okay. That means shoes with grip, not these. Okay. Not Chuck Taylors, not anything without grip. Also, bring 5 times the amount of water that you would ever drink. Okay. If you're with somebody and they're like, "Oh, I don't need that much water," please bring 5 times the amount of water that you would drink for them, as well as 5 times the amount of that you would drink. Especially in the summer, people have no concept of what it's like to be in the dryness. Hi, Shard. The temperature right now is 50 degrees, which is chilly for here. But I really just can't stress enough how nice it is. Hi, Passing Wind. Arizona is one of my favorite places. I moved all over as a kid. I moved from Indiana to Chicago. I lived in Australia during college. I went to Indiana, and then I went to Chicago, and I went to Louisville, Kentucky, and then I went to Arizona. And I have depression. Okay, not just seasonal depression. I have depression. Like, it's called. I think it's just an over exaggerated term, but it's called major depressive disorder, meaning that it doesn't go away. So no matter what, no matter how happy I am, it just continuously shows up. And so when I moved from Indiana or the Midwest where it's gray, and I moved to Arizona where it's 300 days of sunshine a year, I felt like a different person. And of course, yes, there's still days. Hola, Chuck. $50 for water. What? What are you talking about? We're going to go down some rocks here. So I'm going to focus on the rocks. Just always be careful of your step. These rocks right here are very loose. So like, for example, if I were to try to walk on them, they would fall. So you just always want to have proper foot gear. You always want to have plenty of water. And no matter what anybody says, always bring twice the amount of water that you think you'll ever drink. Okay. It's better to get to the bottom of the trail and have too much water than not enough. And I know this from experience. Okay. Um, these trails can be very barren. Um, let's see. Also, in a hot stomach is bad. Okay. Yeah. I usually, so these people, for example, they've got camelbacks, which is smart. They've got trekking poles, which I myself am looking into trekking poles. Full disclosure, when I was younger, I used to be like, why do people use trekking poles? I don't understand. Now I get it, especially with like knee problems and looseness of rocks. You just never know. I wish I could find a snake for you and you could be like, whoa, snake. But the snakes I've learned, they don't hurt you. They just want to cross and do their own thing. And unless they feel threatened or they have babies around or they're a rattlesnake, then they're going to leave you alone. So I used to have a terrible fear of snakes. And since I moved to Arizona, I got over that. Um, Rattlesnakes are a different breed. I'm going to tell you this as long as you can hear me. Rattlesnakes, the baby rattlesnakes, so the little ones, those are the most dangerous. Could anybody in the chat tell me why the baby rattlesnakes are the most dangerous? Anybody know why they're the most dangerous? And I will answer it for you if somebody doesn't come up with it. Because I did not know this. And I would walk up to a baby rattlesnake and be like, oh, they're so cute. Oh, look at that little. Dan says, I honestly have no idea. They don't rattle. Not all rattlesnakes rattle at you. That's a misconceived notion. People think that all rattlesnakes rattle to give you a warning. Nope. If you are on a trail and you cross a rattlesnake and you step on it, they're going to do their defense mechanism. What's up, Anthony? So if anybody knows why the baby rattlesnakes are the most, yes, that's right. John Herr got it right. They cannot control their venom. Here's why. So they don't know how much venom to inject in their predator. Okay. So a full-size rattlesnake has done it before. They've lived it. They have stung things. They know how much venom will hurt a certain amount. So like for a human, they know how to sting enough, put enough venom into a human to hurt them. They don't want to kill them. The baby rattlesnakes are like, let's just put it all in there because they don't know. They see this big scary thing. They don't know, but they sure are cute. They look like little worms with little stripes on their tails. The way to tell a diamondback rattlesnake, one, their head is shaped like a diamond, but I think a lot of snakes look like they have diamond heads, but they have these striped black and white on their tails. Okay. And that's where the rattle is. There is another snake here in Arizona. It's called the California king snake. California king snake actually eats rattlesnakes. So if you find a California king in your backyard, you want to keep it. California kings typically are long, they're big, and they have black and yellow stripes. So if you see a California king, please don't kill it. We like California kings. They eat mice, they eat rattlesnakes. They kind of just keep the whole backyard friendly. We have timber rattlers here, and they actively hunt. Yes. So I've learned that when it's fall and it's getting a little chilly, the rattlers will come out in the morning to sun them. Also, if you're a kid or if you're just a normal human and you like kick the rocks over like this, before you pick up a rock, you always want to kick it enough to see if there's any scorpions underneath or any Snakes, you don't want to just lean down and pick up a rock. Does that make sense? There's lots and lots of dangerous, stingy animals. They probably won't put you in the hospital, but you always want to do that. I am not married, Anthony, just to let you know. To answer your question, thank you, Uncle Yukon, for being on that one. Has anybody traveled Phoenix before? Have you traveled to Phoenix, or have you been in the Mojave Desert or the Sonoran Desert? By the way, here's a fun fact. Sonoran Desert is home to cactus or cacti. So Sonoran Desert is the only cactus, as far as I know, in the world that has saguaro cactuses. So when I was younger, I used to put like mouths, basically. Like I would put like little blurbs into the Sonoran cactuses. So if they had a bunch of arms, I'd be like, I have a bunch of arms. Rah! To like be silly. Okay, so I'm really watching my footing here because I don't have any grip on my shoes. You have a question. What's up, Anthony? Tell me your question. Go for Anthony. And I'm just kind of showing what it looks like here. You want to be very careful. Even if you have the right shoes, you're still going to want to be careful here. Also, Arizona is very UV intensive on your skin, so you're going to want to wear sunscreen or a hat or some kind of UV protectant clothing. You can tell, definitely, you can tell on trails who's lived here for a while, who's a tourist. Not that there's a bad thing, it's just, you can tell who's prepared, who's not. And I can tell you that I was one of those non-prepared people when I first moved here. Oh my gosh. Second day I moved here, it was middle of June. Should have known by the parking lot being empty. I hiked this trail called Pinnacle Peak. I had a half a bottle of water, not enough sunscreen, not enough water, not enough energy, not enough food. And thankfully, there was somebody at the top who was able to help escort me down with my arm because I felt like I was going to pass out. So I've since learned my lesson, backpack. I also, when I was here, I did some backpacking, but I always wanted to take a self-defense course if I were to get stranded in the desert. Learn, things like, I know how to start a fire, but learn things like survival, how to find berries, how to build certain things out of logs, how to send SOS signals. Yeah. So it's just such a lovely day. My nose is running, which is pretty typical. Lots of things to bloom here. I can tell you the deserts here are very, lots of allergies. So I never, ever, ever, ever in my life had allergies until I moved to Arizona. And I went in for a doctor's appointment and I said, I think I have a sinus infection. He said, okay, I'll put you on a round of antibiotics. So 2 weeks later, after the antibiotics finish, I said, I think I still have a sinus infection. He said, okay, we'll try another round of antibiotics, a different kind. Came back 2 weeks later, having finished that second round. And I said, I think I still have a sinus infection. And he looked at my tongue. And apparently there's bumps on it or something that indicate, no, you don't have a sinus infection. You have years and years of seasonal allergies. I said, is that right? Interesting. So what the wise tale was back in the day is that people used to move to Arizona because it was such a great place for allergens. There weren't a whole lot of things to be allergic to. And over the past 20, 25 years, my doctor informed me that, shout out to Dr. White, by the way, he informed me that people started moving here from out of state and they brought their own plants to make it look pretty. And so, for example, Californians brought in their own plants, People from Indiana, people from the East Coast, they brought their own plants here, which made it no longer a place for people who have bad allergies to live. So that's a little fun fact. I'll just give you a quick little, and I am looking. So bushes like these, you always want to look into the bushes because that's where snakes will coil up. So just always watch that right there. This is called a desert wash. You don't want to mess around with desert washes and monsoons. What happens is they come fast. People are like, oh, I'll be fine. No, no. They come really fast. And what's the scariest part about them is they can start way upstream past these mountains, and you don't even know it's raining, and they will flood. And I'm not just talking about like a little trickle of flood. I'm talking like a flash flood, like what you see that carries around or carries away buses and cars and humans. A couple years back, there was a whole family of 9 that was killed at the Slide Rock National Park in Sedona. So, yeah, just want to let you know of these things. It is pretty green right now, so they must have gotten a lot of rain. And in Arizona, this is green. Lots of rocks and green. So this is a pretty good rain miles away. Yeah, rain miles away. You don't know what's upstream. So always take precautions, keep your family safe. If there's any rain anywhere upstream, stay away. And like Shard said, always tell your family or somebody who knows where you are, not necessarily your family. Somebody always knows where you are. A good way to do that is to share your location. You can do it on Google Maps. You can do it, there's actually like some kind of family tracker that will allow you to share your location. You can do it on Apple.